Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful Akim out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah has created us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, and also you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line of your lineage goes back to you being a so-called black, Hispanic, Native American, and Seminole Indian, one of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. And Shalom. It's your brother Halak here from the Gym's Denver camp, coming back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shah, with another video. And we're going to start right here in Micah 2 and 1. So yeah, we're going to start here in Micah chapter 2, verse 1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand." And this is what we see going on with this whole situation with the Northern Kingdom. You know, mainly over there in LA right now. Yeah, we are in the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble, but a lot of this is being sparked and intensified by agent provocateurs to give Esau that justification that he needs to roll against the tribes, man. You see? That's what's going on. There are reports coming out about bricks being staged days before the riots break out. Because how we understand and know how Esau operates. It's known as what? Order ab chaos, or order out of chaos. You see, this is what he's pushing for, so he can have that justification that he needs to do what he wants to do. And we understand and know that he wants to destroy the tribes, man. And it's beginning with the Northern Kingdom. So I have a article here. It says what? And this is from End Time Headlines. It says, "Many fear civil war has now come to America's doorstep." And we know and understand, according to biblical prophecy, that civil war is going to break out here in this land. Let's get that real quick. We can get it right here in Isaiah 19. And 2, it tells us what? "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians." And these Americans are the spiritual Egyptians here in this spiritual Egypt. So the Most High is going to set these Americans against each other. You see? And it tells us what? "And they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom." Matter of fact, when you go to the new the translation comparison, you know what? That ain't the version I want. We got to go here to the Bible Hub to get it in the GNT, because it tells you straight up what it's going to be. You know, where am I looking? Good News Translation. Isaiah 19. Right? Isaiah 19 and 2, it says, "Yahweh says, I will stir up civil war in Egypt, and turn brother against brother, and neighbor against neighbor. Rival cities will fight each other, and rival kings will struggle for power." And so that's the spirit that this is being said here in this article, because that's what's coming. You see, you have these Americans who are divided more than they've ever been before. Those who are siding with Trump and all that he's doing. Those who are opposing Trump and what he's doing. You see, and this is just adding fuel to that fire. You see, but yeah, civil war is prophesied to come. You see, especially as this place continues on in this state of collapse that it's already in. You see, that it tells us that a neighbor is going to fight against neighbor. You see, especially when these resources become scarce, because that's what's happening, man. America is in a complete downward spiral, and is not going to recover. It's only going to get worse as the days go on. Now, let's read some of this article. It says, "Los Angeles has become the epicenter of national unrest as President Donald Trump ordered the deployment of 2,000 National Guard troops to quell protests against intensified immigration enforcement. The move, which bypassed California Governor Gavin Newsom and Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass, has sparked widespread fears of a potential civil war. Because now the shit that Donald Trump is doing, he's basically overriding anything that these officials of these different states have to say. You see? Basically revoking their power. So it goes on. Protesters clashed with federal agents, setting vehicles ablaze and blocking major roads, while law enforcement responded with tear gas, rubber bullets, and flashbangs. And once again, a lot of this is being stirred up by agent provocateurs to give them that reason to go in and do what they want to do, man. Now it goes on to say the unrest centered around the Metropolitan Detention Center and other federal facilities stems from public outrage over immigration and custom enforcement raids targeting Latino communities. And why does this happen to the so-called Latino community? Because we're in the time of Jacob's trouble. You see, and the first targets on the list are you so-called Hispanics, Native Americans, man. You see, this is why they're coming after you. We are in the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble, and it's only going to get worse. Matter of fact, we got to bring that out. Let's get it. So this is why the Northern Kingdom is being targeted. And Southern Kingdom is next up. You see? Y'all ain't exempt. Jeremiah 30:4 says what? And these are the words that Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. So all 12 tribes. This pertains to you. Verse 5 says, For thus saith Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And this is the time that we're in now. You see, we're in the beginning stages of it, and the thing is, it's only going to get worse. Because right now, Esau is still pulling his punches. But now we see what? We see them sending in 2,000 troops. I just seen an article. It says what? 700 Marines mobilized to support National Guard over there in Cali. So it's ramping up. It's ramping up. And the time is going to come to where they're going to start to use lethal force. And once again, Esau set up his agent provocateurs to continue to stir the pot so shit can intensify, so they can be justified in bringing that order out of chaos. To come down upon you tribes hard and heavy. You see, with complete justification, because you're over there tearing shit up, burning shit up, you're over there attacking police officers, and that's what Esau wants. You see? And he put these different agent provocateurs in place to keep that shit going, and so it can be intensified. Because he's about to come down with great wrath, man. Or he's already coming down with great wrath. You see, and shit is about to ramp up. Hard and heavy, man. You see? So, let's go back to the article. It says, right? It says, Trump's decision to federalize the California National Guard under Title 10, invoking a rare legal provision to address a perceived rebellion against the authority of the government, has drawn sharp criticism. According to the Mirror, this marks the first time since the 1960s that the National Guard has been activated without a governor's consent, a move Governor Newsom labeled illegal and Mayor Bass deemed inflammatory. You see that? So this what he's doing is rubbing these people the wrong way. These elected officials the wrong way. You see? So it goes on to say, California officials argue that local law enforcement was equipped to handle the protests, accusing Trump of manufacturing a crisis to justify authoritarian measures. There it is. You see? There it is. This is happening, and it's not only in Cali, it's happening all throughout the country. But these things happening with Esau putting his agent provocateurs in the mix to keep shit stirred up gives them the justification that they need to come down having great wrath. You see? Because just watch. Because as more of these law enforcement officers, they start to get injured and and die in these different riots all throughout this country, guess what that's going to do? That's going to give Esau the justification to intensify, you see, the measures that he's coming with. Because it's going to go from tear gas and rubber bullets and flashbangs to live ammo. You see, and what is that going to do? And then when they start to kill these Northern Kingdom protesters, that's going to cause more gas to be thrown on the flame. Intensifying shit. And it's just going to what? Continue on until all hell breaks loose. To not turn, and it's not going to go back. This is what's coming. This is what's happening. You see? So once again, we're witnessing Esau run the play of what? Order ab Chao. Now it goes on to say, Representative Adam Schiff warned that Trump might be seeking a pretext for invoking the Insurrection Act or declaring martial law. Is that not prophecy? Let's get it real quick. Let's get it real quick. This is man, where you at? Right here. 2nd Esdras 15, and we'll start at 14. It says, well, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. This is what it's about to come to. And the most armed nation on the planet Earth, these citizens of America are the most armed people on the earth. You think those Northern Kingdom Israelites ain't out there, that you don't think they got weaponry? So when it goes down and they give that shoot to kill order, you don't think they're gonna fight back? They're gonna fight back. And that's gonna draw the militias out. All type of shit is about to happen. It's about to be war in the streets. This is the collapse that we told you was coming to America. And once again, Esau is getting all the justification that he needs, you see, to bring these type of measures to be. This is the play of Order ab Chao. You see, he's causing the problem and he's coming with the solution. And it's going to lead up to what? Complete chaos breaking loose in the streets of America. And we're already witnessing it take place before our eyes, man. You see? Now listen. 2nd Esdras 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. This is what's coming. This shit is going to break down completely and utterly. And these people are not going to give a damn about what an elected official has to say. It's not going to matter in the time we're coming into. You see? It's about to be uprisings against the government. Because once again, the country is completely divided. You got those who are standing with Trump and what he's doing with the quote-unquote migrants. You got those who are standing with the quote-unquote migrants to fight against what Donald Trump is doing. So that's a perfect mixture for what? Sedition, civil war, gunfights in the street. You see? Because once again, matter of fact, is this a video or just an article?
We begin with...
I don't want to play. I just got a copyright on another video I did playing a news video, but it's breaking news from NBC News. It says 700 Marines mobilized to support National Guard. You see? So you see, Esau is up in the ante, man. You see? And when these protesters, these Northern Kingdom Israelites start to be put to death, they're going to fight back even harder, which is going to cause Esau to come even harder. You see? This is what it's about. This is what is about to happen. And when it gets to that point, when it's complete and utter chaos in the streets, shit is completely dangerous in these cities. You see? What's going to happen? 2nd Esdras 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Why? Because martial law is going to be instituted, initiated. And this right here, these protests going on, you see, could very well lead to that happening if it continues to go the way it's going. You see, but we're gonna keep an eye on for the next few days to see what's up. Cause he just sent those troops in what Sunday, and now he sends the Marines in today. So this shit is happening quick. You see, all it takes is for more damage to be done. Now, if one of these Marines get hurt or injured, you know how the Marines get down. So this is very well about to cause martial law to be initiated over here in Cali. And as this continues to spread throughout this country, as we know it's going to be, you're going to have martial law instituted in all these different states, man. You see? And you know they have executive orders on the books already. And all they need is the justification to give the order to be executed. You see that? Let's get that real quick. That's Isaiah 10:1, it says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed." Because all these different executive orders are already on the books. All they need is the justification to activate the shit. You see? and we see they getting all the justification that they need, man. And it's to the point to now where Donald Trump is saying, fuck what the mayor and the governor got to say. Do that shit. I said do it. It don't matter about what the governor or the mayor has to say. So that's a breeding ground for what? Civil war to pop off as well, man. So this thing is happening. You see? And you might not feel you might not feel it right now because where you are, it might not be intense as it is in LA or California. But the thing is, eventually, this is going to be a nationwide thing going on. These cities are about to be fucking hotbeds for chaos. And that's all laid out in prophecy as well, man. So, it goes on to say, declaring martial law, It says what? American Civil Liberties Union echoed these concerns, calling the deployment and abuse of power that endangers residents. It says what? Legal scholar Steve Vladeck clarified that without invoking the Insurrection Act, National Guard troops are limited to a supportive role protecting ICE officers rather than engaging directly in law enforcement. However, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's threat to deploy 500 Marines if violence persists has further escalated tensions, raising fears of a militarized response. Well, guess what? That has already been initiated. So when did this come out? This came out today. So this article just came out, and a few hours later, they were already talking about deploying the 500 Marines, and a few hours later, the Marines have been activated because it's already prescribed. They just needed the justification, and they got it now. They got it now. So this thing is moving forward. So guess what they're going to do? They're going to cause more things to happen. It's going to intensify, and it's going to go to another escalation. So we here, man. So it says what? Social media platforms, particularly X, have amplified public anxiety, with users drawing parallels to dystopian scenarios and questioning whether the U.S. is on the brink of civil war. And it's prophecy. It's prophecy. We just read it out of the book. This is all according to the Most High's will. It's happening. We told you these days were coming, and here we are. Through the Holy Spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh, we told you that this is what it was about to be, and we are living in 2nd Ezra 15 right now. Revelation 19 right now. So it goes on to say, one user commented, LA looks like a scene from a tragedy, while another asks, is this the beginning of a wider conflict? These sentiments reflect growing unease about the nation's political polarization and the use of military forces in domestic disputes. This is what it was always going to be, man. This is what the Most High has declared from the beginning. Let's get that real quick. Isaiah 46:10. It says, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand and I will do all my pleasure. And this is what we're witnessing happen. The will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah playing out. It was always going to end with these cities being thrown into a state of chaos. You see? And the chaos that we see now is small, and it's gonna intensify greatly. Not just in Cali, but all throughout this country, man. You see? This is the Most High closing the curtain on America. This is how America will go out. This is how America will go out. And this could be the justification that they need. Because now with this whole chaotic state going on, you see, with these protests all throughout the nation, this could be something that Esau uses to sneak in a false flag attack while this is going on, to cause a black swan event to happen, so they can move further, so they can move forward with their plan. You see. So we see what these devils are doing, man. But at the end of the day, it's all the Most High's will. It's all the Most High's will. None of this is coincidence. So it goes on to say, the protests now in their third week were triggered by ICE raids in predominantly Hispanic, which is the Northern Kingdom, areas like Westlake and Paramount. Reports of alleged detentions at the downtown Federal Building and false claims of raids at a Home Depot in Paramount have intensified public outrage. And as they continue and as Esau continues to meet this outrage from the public with a fucking military response, you're gonna have the people get more outrage, and shit is gonna turn very, very violent in these cities, man. This is what's coming. You see? This is what's coming. It says what? The Los Angeles Police Department reported 29 arrests on Saturday and 27 on Sunday, with 2 sheriff's deputies sustaining 9 life-threatening injuries. So you see that? You got officers getting injured. You're going to have some of these troops and these Marines get injured. And listen, that shit is going to cause... it's going to cause more chaos to erupt, man. You see? And it's all prophecy. It's all prophecy. So it says what? 2nd Ezra 15:17. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, because that martial law is going to be initiated. They could set it up to where they have a curfew, where if your ass is on the street after a certain time of the night, they could very well initiate shoot to kill orders if you're out past curfew during the time of martial law. This is what's coming. This is what's about to happen. Now it goes on to say in verse 18, it says, because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. Or not, we seeing the city's troubled now? And it's just going to get worse. It says what? The houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. So that lets you know it's going to spread from the cities to all the different suburban areas. This is going to be chaos. It's going to be chaotic all throughout this country, man. You see? It's going to start in these different cities, these different protests. It's going to be war zones, and it's going to continue to spread like a motherfucking virus, man. You see? Men afraid because they don't understand why this is happening. But we understand and know why. This is the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. This was always how America was going to go out. You see? And we're just in the beginning stages of it. It's going to get worse. You're going to start to see a lot of bodies fall in these streets. You see, but let's get this real quick, then we'll finish that off. This is Isaiah 33:6. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai is his treasure." So when we just read the article and people are confused about what's going on, you see they're worried, they're concerned, they're anxious. It's because they don't understand that this is the Most High's will. They don't understand that these things were prophesied to come to pass. You see, according to what the Most High wants. This is prophecy. This is what we find written in the Bible. The words of the book are being played out right before our eyes, man. And we find ourselves being in a rejoicing spirit because we understand and know why all this is happening. And we say, the Wadi Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, for allowing us to have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. The Wadi Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, for allowing us to walk in that fear. Because we've gathered up the most precious thing that you can have in the times that we're coming into, which is our faith, man. You see? Given unto us by Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. You see? While everybody else, they're being blindsided by what's happening. But we knew this was coming years ago. Our apostles and elders for over 4 decades now. And here we are in it. And like we always say, it's only going to get worse, man. It's only going to get worse. So, 2nd Ezra 15 and 19, we'll wrap it up after this. It says, "A man shall have no pity on his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of a lack of bread and great tribulation." And once again, we are in the beginning stages of of things getting even worse for these American people. You see? Because a lot of shit is about to be shut down. Another lockdown is coming. All this access to these different resources that you've become accustomed to, all that shit is gonna be stopped. Because now we're moving toward that MOTB being rolled out. You see? We're moving fastly toward that MOTB being rolled out. This is why you got Trump and all these different elected officials talking about, oh, we need to be on the lookout because another 9/11 is about to happen. Once again, all this is happening so Esau can be justified in trying to fulfill what he wants to do and bringing forth this digital system in the fullness of it. He needs all this chaos to go on so he can bring the solution. So we're about to witness a lot of people starve. We're about to witness a lot of people that be put to death with the sword. People are about to lose their minds, man. You see? And it's already begun, and it only gets worse. So I just wanted to go into that real quick, man. Just a quick article, But yeah, the Marines have showed up to the scene. And don't be surprised when you start to see it happen in the different states all throughout the country because of these protests. It's what Esau needs to be justified in moving forward with his plan, man. You see? It must be done. So, yeah. And with that, I'm going to end it by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, and a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai has created us to do. With that, I'm going to say Shalom, Wa, Abba, Abba.